And today we are going to be trying this workshop We Are Many. This looks like a lot of fun. I've looked over the decks and I feel like they're all going to be amazing and fun, but I think the two most competitive game finishings is going to be Wild Might or the Cat's Cradle. Wild Might goes over the top with Trample, giving all the creatures Trample, and then Cat's Cradle you can give your creature Flying and Lifelink. And then also just gaining the retarded amounts of life is going to be really hard to deal with. And then my close second would obviously be the Endless Ranks. I'm just exhausting your opponent, just creature after creature after creature. Goblins, I think they could get a run, but I think the most two competitive are going to be Wild Might and Cat's Cradle. I have a thing for elves, so we're going to go ahead and try out the Wild Might first. Okay, and going over the deck list, we have 15 Land of War Elves. Wouldn't the game be so great if we could just use as many copies as we want? So 15 Land of War Elves for ramping. We've got 4 Elvish Visionaries. When he enters the battlefield, we draw a card. There's a little bit of card ramp here. Also counts as an elf. Then Morrowind, the Nurturer, for 2 colorless, 1 forest, legendary creature, elf druid. So you can only have one of those on the board still. That does still apply. She's a 1/1, and whenever another elf enters the battlefield under your control, you put a 1/1 counter on her. And then you can tap her and add amount of forest equal to her power, which will come in handy because all we're playing is elves, excluding our finishers. And then on the 5-drop slot, we have 4 colorless, 1 green, Return of the Wild Speaker is an instant. Choose 1 when it comes into play. You draw cards equal to the greatest power among non-human creatures you control, or non-human creatures you control get +3/+3 until the end of the turn. And that brings us to our last card, 4 copies of Endray's Forerunners for 5 colorless and 3 forests. Creature Boar 7/7, Vigilance, Trample, Haste. When Endray's Forerunners enters the battlefield, other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain Vigilance and Trample until the end of turn. And then, of course, 24 forests. The deck has a 2.9 converted mana cost with 24 lands, but with so much ramp, I just think this deck's going to be ridiculous. So let's go ahead and try it out and see how we do. Yeah. Alright, so we have our opening hand, 4 forests, 2 Land of War Elves into a Return of the Wild Speaker. We don't really have any other way of drawing cards besides this and our Elvish Visionary, so without anything else, I am skeptical to keep this hand. I'm going to go ahead and mulligan. This looks much better. We got a little bit of card draw. We have one of our legendaries. We're going to go ahead and keep this. I'm going to get rid of 1 forest because the Land of Wars count. Help us ramp up. Play a Land of War. I'm not expecting it to survive. Oh, that's right. I forget we're not playing regular decks, so they probably don't have spot removal. Alright, Elvish Visionary. Another Land of War. Goblins can be explosive too, but not quite as explosive as Elf Ball here. I love these type of like janky decks. It's just so much fun. Alright, so we play Merwin, and we play an Elvish. And the Forest. Now, things can get a little hairy. Okay. Yeah. Goblin Ringleader is a perfect I'll take 2. One sec first. I'm just gonna pump this, do some damage. See how he feels about that. He's gonna have to block. He does not block. Alright. The problem with the goblins is they run out of gas because you can only play so much land. Our creature's ramp is land. And continue to produce mana, which in turn produces more creatures. What does he do? Sacrifice out of it. Okay. That's still... He's giving up. That was a mistake. Gonna have to play more than that, my friend. Just that easy. Elf ball for the win. First try. Quit. Okay, that was super fun. I wanna play one more with this, and then we'll try the cat deck. I feel like that cat deck will be pretty fun as well. Opponent is Chemi-Kill. That's kind of cute. Alright, we got 3 Llanowar Elves into a Wild Speaker. Not too thrilled about that. Oh, he just quit. Cool. Was that the same guy we just played? Alright, I'll take it. Okay, let's try it again. Metis. Alright, we got Llanowar Elves, Morrowind, we'll keep. Oh, we're playing the cats. Might be in trouble here. Excuse me. Just noticed that this deck has a sliver sleeve. It's kind of random, right? Wouldn't expect that on a elf deck. Alright, let's see what these cats got. You know, now that I think of it, I don't know why they're running 24 forests in this elf deck with 15 Llanowar Elves. I just thought about that. I should be mulliganing these hands with all these forests. Let's get the Morrowind out right away. And then now we just stack. Alright, I think our friend here is in trouble. I wish it was she gets a counter and you draw a card. How retarded would that be, huh? Well, all we need is a wild speaker or I don't remember, it's like target creature gets +2/+2 or something. So we'll go ahead and wait on this. Let's see what he does. All we need now is an N-Race Forerunners or a Wild Speaker and it's game. Yeah. So he's tapped out now. Unfortunately, we don't draw. At this point, I'm attacking with everything. Because we have to. This deck, the life gain, can completely overwhelm us. I will definitely trade a Land of War for a cat, for sure. We have plenty of mana. Yeah, that was my bad. I think I've been playing this deck wrong so far. I'm going to hold up this forest in my hand and make him think I have something when I don't. Yeah, wow, I think I just completely, just now crossed my mind. Alright, so this is where this deck can get stupid. So they're passing the turn. And we only, unfortunately, draw another. You can equip this for 3. So we're gonna pass. It's not really much else we can do here. I can't afford to lose Morrowind. She's our win con at this moment. Land of War Elves are spendable. Now, if he wants to attack in with these cats, I might be willing to trade, but at that point, then we just go all in. Sometimes you can trick the opponents. They're not thinking about the consequence after the fact, and they just go ahead and attack. Okay. And damn, another forest. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense to attack. We have to overwhelm them. Wild Speaker or anything right now would be great. There it is, boys. Whew. So I will definitely be going in here. Got him! But yeah, man, Alright, I'm sorry, I know I said I was going to try the other deck, but I'm going to try this one more time. Oh, sweet. Ravnica Legion's got a pack here. We're going to open this up real quick. See what we get. Stacking them gems and them coins because I don't have a job, so I can't afford to actually pay for the new cards when they come out. But yeah, I'm saving all this for the Ikoria. I'm so excited for that. Ooh, Zagana. That's very nice. Add that to my collection. I think I only had two copies of her before. Okay, let's get back to the event, and I am going to be more aggressive with my mulligans here. Just having so much fun with this elf deck. Okay. Land of War, Elvish, Morrowind, Wild Speaker. Okay. I think this is just super awesome, so I'm going to keep this. I mean, it's not like we have 4 Land of War Elves in our hand like last time. Okay, fine, we're playing zombies. I'm interested to see this matchup. I think we're going to completely dominate here. Oh, baby. Crypt Breaker. Discard a card, create a zombie. Alright. Whirlwind. Cool. I'm gonna do one turn of ramping, and then I'm gonna hit his ass with the end raise. Just can't fuck with these elves, man. I'm telling you. Look at this shit. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and now he's gonna have to discard another card, and then I'll just run him over. I do like his name though, Kingsley Beardsley. It's pretty funny. Alright. So this is what I was talking about earlier in the beginning of the video, where this deck, yes, okay, he's got a board, and they have Death Touch, cool, but if I can just kill him in one shot with Trample. So what do I do here? I'm gonna play the end raise. Look, he's running out of gas already. So I'm gonna... Do I do that? Here's what I think we do. No. Draw 4 cards. I'm gonna play the end raise. I'm not gonna attack, because I'm going to kill him in one turn. Yep. No attacks. Now next turn I can Wild Speak. Hopefully I can hit a bunch of Llanowar Elves and just go off with that. And he's attacking too. I love it. Okay, no blocks. Let's see if my theory's correct here. So I need 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we pass. I have 2 7/7s on the board. I will be playing End Raise again. Okay. Got another Death Baron off the top. That was pretty lucky. All in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, we'll start with the Elvish Visionary. I only need enough to stay alive. Should be good. Taking 8 damage. Other forest. Okay, so we do End Raise here. color first?
No, I'm just gonna do different. Like I'm gonna mix the pink.
Okay.
I'm gonna go dark and then light on top. Okay, baby. Okay, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You do the back.
And it was not good enough. Good game. So okay, so the zombies do pretty well. I'm not 100% sure if I should have attacked on early. Maybe I should have applied the pressure and just sacrificed my elves. I mean, I guess that makes sense, right? All right, so let's move on. I wanna try this cat deck. This looks ridiculous. Okay, so let's look at it real quick. We got the Cat's Cradle. 15 copies of Charm Stray. Someone likes cats. Got for 1 plains, 1/1 lifelink. When Charm Stray enters the battlefield, you put a 1/1 counter on each other creature you control named Charm Stray. So they just get out of control. This is the card I was thinking of. Arrest or Zeal. And see, I would have been in trouble because it only costs 1. Oh, excuse me. So Arrest or Zeal, 1 plains, instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until the end of the turn. And then addendum, if you cast this spell during your main phase, that creature gains flying. That's going to be your game winner when you have 15 cats that are, what, 15/15s with lifelink. That's going to be a good game. We've got 6 Charming Prince. Every time I see this card, I just think he's just such a creeper, right? He's like, hey girl, give me your phone number. Charming Prince. So 1 colorless, 1 plains. Creature human noble 2/2. When Charming Prince enters the battlefield, you choose 1. You can scry 2. You can gain 3 life. Or you can exile another creature you control and return it to the battlefield under your control at the beginning of the next end step. I'm trying to think where that comes into play. Oh, okay, so you can just bounce a Charm Stray and then double the counters on all of the army of cats you have. That's really funny. Also can bounce the Charmed Prince, I guess, because he's not legendary. That's really key. We have 5 copies of Mace of the Valiant for 2 colorless, 1 plains artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each charge counter on Mace of the Valiant and has Vigilance. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you put a charge counter on Mace of the Valiant, and then you can equip for 3. So that we equip that to one of our 20/20 cats, and then hit him with an Arrest or Zeal, and then end the game. And then at the top end, we have 4 copies of Bishop of Rebirth. This is actually one of my favorite cards from. Is this the Ixalan set? Rivals of Ixalan. I always get the logos mixed up. But anyways, for 3 colorless and 2 plains, a creature, vampire, cleric, 3/4, vigilance, and then when Bishop of Rebirth attacks, you may return target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is very important because 21 of the creatures in the deck are all well under 3. So I feel like this could create a lot of shenanigans. We do not have any ramp like the elf, so we do actually have to mind how many lands we have in our starting hand. The deck is running 24 lands with a converted mana cost of 1.9. See, this is what I'm saying. With this deck and with the elf deck, I feel like since this deck is already obnoxious, they should have cut some lands and added more cats or whatever, something else. But anyways, I guess you don't want to make it too powerful. So let's switch our deck to the cats and see how we do. Make sure it's dry before you start on the darker colors. All right, so opening hand, we have 2-lander. This looks fine. Gonna start off with some strays. We can scry later if we need to. We got our bishop for reoccurring our threats. We're gonna keep this. I always thought this sleeve was really cool. I'm not a big cat fan though. Hopefully you guys aren't cat fans. What? There it is. the Crypt Breaker. So I'm gonna start being aggressive. Start going in here. We have a little bit of recursion here with Bishop of Rebirth. I learned from my last outing with the zombies, we can't let them get out of control because then we can't do anything about it. I love how they don't have creature removal, any of the decks. So it's really basically all about board presence. See, here we go, zombie. Doesn't have, oh, and we draw the stupid cat off the top. Excellent. So I'm gonna play this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play Charming Prince, and I'm gonna bounce the cat. Bounce the one that just came in. He's got Summoning Sickness anyways. We're gonna bounce him. Oh, well, whatever. I'll trade. Bishop of Rebirth. Oh, I'm gonna keep the birth up. See? I'm expecting a Death Baron on this turn. Our opponent did not mulligan, so he must have had a pretty nice opening hand. Okay, I can deal with that. Another damn cat. I love it. Wow. Perfect. We're attacking with everything. Once again, I really don't care about any of these because we can just resurrect them with Bishop. Have to keep his board clear. Mind you, now look at our life total. Yeah. Next turn, Bishop. And this is not a legendary creature, so we can play multiple copies. It's a little bit pricey considering we don't have any ramp in the deck. Alright, still no Death Touch. I think this guy's done. I think we just keep being aggressive here. We want to make him have to block with everything. If I only attack with one or two targets, he can double block or get more value out of it. This way he has to make a little bit more sacrifice. Alright, so see, he's trading that for that. And he's going to take 5 damage. That's interesting. What a double block there. Now this is what I was talking about. If we draw an Arrestor Zeal, I think there's 6 in this deck, then that's game. Because he has no way of blocking a flyer. Still no Death Touch. Okay. But see, look at this. In one turn, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 zombies on me. So yeah, 6 Arrestor Zeal. Well, there's a Charming Prince. Okay. I play this. I'm gonna scry. We don't need to draw any scry. Looking for, okay. I guess we'll take the cat. Oh shit, I should have kept that land. I mean, that's the thing. At this moment, he's not really applying any pressure. If he taps out for this, we go in and we kill him. So he's not going to be doing that. I can only imagine him discarding or playing a Death Baron finally. What bones? He sacrificed a Crypt. Oh, okay, because then he can just bring it right back. Okay, that's cool. He doesn't bring back the Crypt Breaker. That's interesting. So I don't know how I feel about that play. I don't know. At this point, like I said, all we're looking for is an Arrestor Zeal, and we win the game. So we're just sitting pretty here. There's nothing he can do to me. So we have 6 copies of Arrestor Zeal in the deck, and I think how many cards? It's like a 13% chance to draw, or a Mace of the Valiant, I guess would be good. Yep. At this point, I will just be sacrificing the bishop to reoccur Charming Prince. But we will be holding off on this turn. Like I said, all we're looking for is Arrestor Zeal. Oh, there it is. We win. That's how easy it is. Alright, good game. This is actually a perfect example of why I said that this deck is good, but it's just doesn't have a finisher. Even if these had Death Touch, I can see. Okay. Even if those had Death Touch, it doesn't matter because we're going to fly over them. They can't block us. Excellent. Alright, so I'll try one more. Do I want to do goblins? I feel like this is the worst deck. I love goblins though. Yeah, I gotta try the zombies, man. Alright. Switch our deck. And let's see how we do. Alright, we've starting off here with the 3-lander. I've got 2 Crypt Breakers, a Death Baron. This seems amazing. Let's keep this. Blood for Bones as well. Won't mind that. So our most expensive card is Undead Servant and Blood for Bones for 4. We have 4, so I can start producing zombies. I'm expecting one of these to die right now. Our Death Baron is also 2, so I'm very interested to see what he does here. This is a static ability that doesn't need to be tapped, so it doesn't matter if he attacks. He can also activate the ability at the end of the turn. I know one of these is going to die, so I won't be blocking. I need at least one of them to survive. But then again, we do have the Blood for Bones, so that will help us reoccur the threat later in the game. There's the Goblin War Chief. So we will be playing this. And then I'm going to play the Death Baron. I'm going to attack because I know one of these is going to die regardless. He doesn't want to trade, that's fine. I'm going to play, next turn I'm going to play Swamp. And then I'm going to wait to see which one of these he kills so I can bring it back with Blood for Bones. In the meantime, if I do not lose a Crypt Breaker, I'm probably going to play an Undead Servant to apply more board pressure. Goblin decks can go off too, but I don't think they can go off quite as fast as these zombies. Okay, so he sacrifices. He takes out the Death Baron. That was expected. So, first I will play an Undead Servant. And then attack. Hold up the Undead Servant. There's a siege game. Wow. This is very rare for a goblin deck to be outpaced. Does this deck run 24 lands? I don't know. So here I block a Goblin War Chief. Next we do Undead Servant and then Blood for Bones. Bring back our Death Baron. Maybe. Come on. Our opponent here is in deep thought over sacrificing a goblin. There we go. It just goes face, that's fine. Still have no undead servants. I'm gonna sacrifice a Crypt Breaker. I have to hold up all blocks, so I'm going to pass. Still a Goblin War Chief on the battlefield. It's kind of making me nervous. Siege Gang is the top end of this deck. He's got like a ringleader, and I am very surprised they didn't put a like. I think it's like Goblin Trash Master or something. Really cool card. I think it like buffs all the other. So we're gonna have to block with everything here. I know they're all dead anyways, so I have to prevent as much damage as possible. We need to get rid of his board state, and then we can start recouping our field with the Undead Servant. Because when he dies, this effect is multiplied. That's fine. I'm very surprised he's not going face. See, now he has nothing. And we're gonna... If we draw a land off the top, that would be very nice, or another Undead Servant, sure. Now he has to sacrifice himself to do 2 damage, and we're gonna keep multiplying. Yeah. But he's tapped out. I think the right move is just to keep applying pressure, because this Undead Servant, the more we have in the graveyard, the effect doubles. I don't remember how many. It's like, I think it was more than 6. Wow, he blocks with the Siege Gang. The cool thing about Siege Gang Commander is that his ability doesn't require him to tap, so you can activate it multiple times. So see, look, now he's just trying to go face. That's why I was curious why he wouldn't have just killed all of his goblins on the last turn and just kept hitting him in the face. Yep. And he's tapped out. Yep. We'll just keep doing it. taps. Good game. Wow, Goblins came through with a surprising victory. I still got time for a couple more games. I really want this this zombie thing to work, so we're gonna play this again. Opponent is Trobiwan. That's funny. Alright, so I got a Stitcher Supplier. I think this will work. Oh, look at that. That's nasty. That's nasty. Yep. Does this deck have a 2-drop? I don't think it does. I'm gonna go ahead and attack, see if he wants to trade one of his cats, if he doesn't. So the plan is your Death Baron into an Undead Servant. We already have 2 in the graveyard, so it's gonna get pretty okay. Well, you could just yeah, it's fine. I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna keep attacking. It's the only way we're gonna survive. Yep. And next turn things get interesting. If he attacks, he's gonna be taking some damage next turn. But like I said earlier, I think easily this is probably he's wasting a Arresters right now. That's interesting. He must have an extra one in his hand. Well, he may be in trouble here. But I feel like this deck, this stupid cat deck, is probably the most competitive one. Even more so than the Elves, just because of the life gain. Alright, now I'm assuming you'll bounce the cat, yep. Cool. Let's get weird with some Undead Servants here. Let me see how many zombies I get with this. 4, 3, 3, 3. I'm gonna keep going in. Gotta keep applying pressure. If he has another Rester Zeal, we're dead anyways. Not much we can do. But he ain't getting through on the ground, that's for sure. There's a Mace. Doesn't do anything this turn. One hand left in his... Oh, and it was an Arrester Zeal. Alright. So see, I don't think... Do another Undead Servant, I guess. 1, 2... I have to keep up 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. 1... I think I keep back the... I don't want to lose Death Baron. So I think we want to attack with the Undead Servant. That gives me 1. He's going to block. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this is the maximum amount of damage that we can do this turn while protecting ourselves. I don't mind double blocking for... oh no, it's not... It's not... Yeah, please. Please attack. I'll kill you. Death Touch is very important here. I don't care about the Vigilance. I thought this was Menace for some reason. I guess because it starts with Mace. But, Vigilance, we don't care about that. And now things get bad for him because we're gonna be multiplying exponentially from this moment on. And if he kills one of my Undead Servants, it gets worse for him. He has a lot of life, but he has to have creatures to have the life. Oh yeah. Alright. Do I Stitcher Supplier? I'm gonna Stitcher Supplier. Watch this. I'm gonna Stitcher Supplier first. Oh. Oh, 2. And now I think this is game. There's no way he comes back from this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Actually. Yeah. I got 1 here, add 1 here. So that's 3. Keeps me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So we attack with everything. Looks good. We have to keep the pressure. If he draws an Arrestor Zeal off the top and we lose, but you know, it is what it is. He's blocking with his equipped creature. That's... I don't agree with that. So look at his board now. And now he also has to re-equip the mace. And good game. Look at that shit. Came back with 4 life. I won with the zombie deck! Alright. 47. Let's go ahead and try out the goblins. We gotta try out the goblins, right? Flower Flourish. So, let's check out the goblin deck. Alright, so Scarecrow Specter. I saw this do quite a bit of work in some of the early matches. Sacrifice a goblin, you add a mountain. Okay, 1/1. Creator Maker. I mean, I feel like I said, this deck doesn't really have much to offer against the other decks. You just have to try and overwhelm the opponent. And then Siege Gang Commander can kind of help lock you down. Yeah, let's try it out. I can't. Like I said, I feel like this is going to be the worst of the 4 decks. But let's try it out and see how we do. Alright, starting off with the 2-lander. Got Goblin War Chief, Ringleader. I feel like this is a deck that's more important to mulligan on your opening hand. So I think I'm going to mulligan this. Oh, and we get another 2-lander. Oh, we do have some Creator Makers. Let's go ahead and keep this. I guess I drop a Goblin Ringleader here. Cats. opponent must have started off with about 5 cats in his opening hand. That's cool. Nothing to do about that. I can't block because I can't lose my 1. And another Goblin Crater Maker. Okay, now this is interesting. These cats will only grow exponentially, so I have to try and offer some type of trade. If he has another cat in his hand, all these cats get bigger, and I lose the game regardless. And I'd rather try and take one out now than offer a chump block. So I'm going to just attack here. I mean, I don't really have any other choice. Would love another land. Oh, he does trade. That's interesting. He must have 4 cats in his hand. Let's see. No? I will definitely trade this Charm Stray to get an Arrestor Zeal out of his hand. Yep. So I got an Arrestor Zeal out of his hand. That's a win condition for this deck. Although he very much well could still overwhelm me. Do I attack here? No. He's got 31 life. What the hell am I going to do with 2? So we hold up the blocks. I'm not going to block here because I can't lose my board presence. There's another Goblin War Chief. Okay. I played the War Chief first. And then now I attack. If he uses another Arrestor Seal, that's fine. Okay.